So, can you eat watermelon with diabetes? Does this guy have diabetes? Do you have diabetes, sir? You do? So, obviously he has diabetes, I didn't know. But, let's talk about it. Hello everyone, it is watermelon season, right? It is summer. And I am Dr. Ahmed Ergin. I am your YouTube endocrinologist, your diabetes specialist. And tell me, who doesn't like a watermelon? Anybody? Well, I do. Well, as a diabetic, is it completely prohibited? I'm going to prove it otherwise. Don't click away. And if you think I'm wrong, tell me why I'm wrong. I want to hear your comments. As long as they're nice and respectful, we welcome them all the time. So, let's go. Let's talk about the glycemic index. A lot of people will say,
Oh no, this is very high in glycemic index.
well, it is. But guess what? It is very low in glycemic load. Whoa, how did that happen? Well, let's compare the glycemic loads, because glycemic loads make more sense. So how does it make more sense? Well, because glycemic load really considers the amount of carbohydrates you really consume per serving. And there are some foods that are very dense, that one serving will be very little and it will give you a lot of carb load. On the other hand, things like watermelon, which is full of water, and the one serving is only, what, 11 grams of carbs. So, and one serving is, just have to pay attention, is 1 cup. Well, 1 cup of rice would be 45 to 50 grams of carbs. Okay, so the glycemic load of the rice would be around 60. Compare that to glycemic load of only 4 with the watermelon. Of course, you're going to tell me, oh, well, it's very easy to eat a watermelon. You can just sit down and eat the whole watermelon. Well, don't. Be mindful, right? If you know what you're doing and you go to the store and you buy some watermelon, believe me, you know that better than me. They sell tiny watermelon like in just small cups like this. Buy that instead of buying the whole big watermelon. Or you can tell your significant other to prepare you 1 cup watermelon servings, and you tell yourself that that is what I'm going to have. Unless you're gonna go for a run and you're gonna be very active physically, then you can have 2 cups, right? But you're still enjoying the watermelon. It's better than completely forgetting about it. It's better than salivating when everybody else is eating watermelon and you're like,
I know. I can't eat watermelon because I'm a diabetic.
come on now, just socialize, be part of, be like everybody. So that's how I go by. Now, let's talk about a few more things about watermelon. So people think that it's just sugar. Well, natural foods, the whole foods, are never just sugar. God, or nature, whatever you believe in, put in there so many good things. Vitamin A, great for your skin and for your eyes. Vitamin C, great for your immune system. So there's lycopene, there's super antioxidant. Those are the things you have to be thinking about, like, hey, I'm actually having nutrition. I am feeding good food to my body. And when you think like that about the food, instead of saying, oh, you're just sugar, believe me, you are going to get the benefits from that mindfulness, from the thankfulness to this food. It's going to even reduce your cancer risk. It's going to reduce your cardiovascular risk. Like, dying from diabetes alone, did you know that it's very, very rare? People don't die from diabetes. People die from complications of diabetes. What are they? Well, cardiovascular disease, number 1. People die from heart attacks and strokes. And then if they live long enough, if they make it, they're gonna have kidney failure, right? They're gonna go blind, but if they make it, a lot of people don't even make it there. So even if you control diabetes well, you are still at risk, significant risk of heart attacks and stroke. So why not prevent it? So because even if you bring the blood sugar down, your risk is still there. So you cannot eliminate that risk unless you do something about it. So antioxidants, things like lycopene, will help you greatly. Now, a lot of people also just get rid of the rind, right? So, well, the rind is actually very important because there's something called citrulline in there. which is very important to prevent fatigue, especially if you're more active, and improves the blood flow in your body, meaning that you're gonna have more energy. So why get rid of it, right? So, and it has much less sugar than the fleshy part, the juicy part. So make sure that you get that white part if you're buying the real watermelon. And if you're buying a watermelon, just buy the tiniest one. There's no reason to go buy the biggest one. Yeah, I know sometimes they say it's just, each one is, let's say, $6 and you want to go get the biggest one. Not necessarily good for you. First, most of the time, you can't even consume that big in a certain amount of time and it goes bad. So just buy small because you're not going to be able to consume the whole thing. And if you try to consume, then you get into trouble. Then people say, oh, watermelon spikes my blood sugar. Well, it spikes your blood sugar because you had 5 servings of it, right? So as long as you're mindful and careful, you'll be all right. Another thing you can do to prevent the spikes, never eat the watermelon on its own. I mean, if you want to, if you're just having 1 cup, but if you're going for 2 cups, right, that's 20 grams of carbs, well, why not combine it with some cheese, with some nuts, right? There's a lot of healthy cheese that you can have, and there's a lot of healthy nuts that you can combine it with, and it's gonna be a delicious combination, some salty and sweet, right? Now, the point is, when you include fat in that watermelon meal or snack, you are reducing the spike risk. So your blood sugar will go up in time. And if you're not very sedentary, right, you may not even see that blood sugar increase because you're going to be absorbing it a lot slower and you will be burning it and then getting into your tissues. You will have time, your body will have time to do that. So remember, diabetics, it's not that they are not totally insulin deficient, it's just they are inefficient in regulating the blood sugar levels. So anything you can do to reduce the absorption rate and also elimination rate, which is how your body takes in the glucose from your blood, are going to be your best friends. And you can apply these principles into pretty much any other fruit, right? It doesn't have to be just watermelon.
Bottom line, I can eat water mindfully.
Huh? Mindfully, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, so he can eat watermelon mindfully. Good job, Tekken. See you guys later. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this channel so far, and I hope you subscribed already. If you didn't, do it. And if you did, watch this video right there. I think that will help you too.